everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Winsor & Newton Cotman Watercolours brush pen set. So the reason why I bought this little set is because I really want to take my watercolours with me when I go travelling, so that I can do some like sketches and paintings sort of as I'm travelling. But of course, if I take all of my normal watercolour equipment that I use with me, I'm looking at 3 palettes, 2 boxes of paint, brushes, water pot. It's a lot to carry around. And so what I really needed was a slightly smaller set with a smaller brush, ideally a water brush pen that I could then fill up with water from wherever I'm staying, and then it'll be easier to take it out with me when I go travelling. And so when I saw this set, I thought this was absolutely perfect for what I wanted. And I absolutely love using Winsor & Newton watercolours, so when I saw that Winsor & Newton had a small water pen brush set, I basically hit the jackpot really. So let's take a closer look at the set. So this is what the case looks like, and it's quite a smart looking case. It's quite small, it's got a really nice logo on the lid as well, and it's made quite a solid tin as well. And then if we open it up, on the lid we've got the palette spaces where we can mix the colours. And then what I really like about this is that all the colours are sort of come in these little individual pans, and they're like individually wrapped. And I think you can replace the pans as well. So once the paint then runs out, you can then replace the pan. You can order a replacement for the little pan. But yeah, I really like that they're quite neatly laid out and they're all sort of wrapped up individually. They're not sort of all over the place. And then this is the water brush pen that it comes with as well. So let's take a closer look at the water brush pen, and then we'll get started with testing out this set. So here's a closer look at the brush pen that this set comes with. And as you can see, the brush tip is actually currently inside the pen, so I quite like the fact that it's come sort of packaged like that, because I think if it was just like out normally and the tip was attached and the tip was exposed, then the tip could maybe get damaged. So I quite like that about the pen. And so basically I think what you do is you basically fill this up, and then you just like squeeze it very lightly to get the water to come out, and then you've got quite a bit of control over exactly how much water you use. So what I want to do now is just have a look at the different colours that we've got in this set, and in order to do that I'm going to create a colour chart in this green sketchbook. So this green sketchbook is basically the sketchbook that's got all of my colour charts in it for like my watercolour pencils. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a colour chart with these paints in this set, just so I can see exactly what sort of colours I've got in it. So this is the colour chart that I've drawn out, and I've had to turn the sketchbook landscape just so it can fit in the shot, but the actual colour chart is portrait. So I've got the colour chart already, and now what I'm going to do is just start unwrapping these tiny little pans, just so that then I can use them and activate them with the water brush pen. And I have to say they are quite well wrapped. I can't really get into them that well. So they're wrapped up with sort of a sheet of card, and then they're also wrapped in cellophane as well. And I quite like that. I think if they didn't have the cellophane on underneath the cardboard, then obviously the paint's exposed, and then the paint can be activated if the container happens to get wet. So they're very well packaged, which again I really like. So I'm going to use the water brush pen to actually activate these paints and swatch them onto the colour chart. So I'm going to start with the yellow, and all you basically have to do to get the water to come out of the brush pen is just gently squeeze it, and a drop of water will come out of the tip onto the paint. So this way you can sort of control how much water you're actually using, which I actually quite like, because normally with a paintbrush you haven't got that much control over how much water that you use. And then I'm just going to load up the tip with the yellow paint, and then I'm just going to swatch it onto the colour chart. And the paper in this sketchbook isn't watercolour paper, it's more sort of mixed media paper. So it'll be interesting to see sort of how it copes with a wet medium. And actually that's a really quite bright, vibrant yellow colour, I really like that. And let's just see how easy it is to actually clean this brush tip off. So I'm just going to grab a tissue and I'm just going to rub it over the tip of the brush pen, just see how well it cleans up. Actually, that's cleaned up really well. So now I'm just going to fill in the rest of the colour chart. And actually, this brush pen actually put the colours down really well, like it didn't get stuck or anything, it didn't feel gritty. The application with this water brush pen is quite smooth. So here's the completed colour chart, and I absolutely love the range of colours in this set. You know, there's quite some bright colours like bright purple, blue, red, but I've also got some quite earthy tones as well, like different shades of green and brown. So I think this is going to be absolutely perfect for taking and travelling with. And the water brush pen actually put the paints down really well. It was quite a smooth application with the water brush pen, and it cleaned up really well, and I really like the level of control that I have over the amount of water I used. So I only squeezed it once onto each little pan, but if I wanted more, then obviously I could have just squeezed it a little bit more to get more drops out. But anyway guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that little review, and I hope you found it useful. And make sure that if you like this video to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. That is it from me, and I will see you all in the next video.